Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, and our valued participants joining us both in person and virtually. A warm and gracious afternoon to you all. With great pleasure and immense pride, I address you today as we come together for the fourth consecutive year to mark the occasion of the Business Information Systems Student Symposium 2023. To begin today's proceedings with the lighting of the oil lamp, which is in par with the deeply rooted traditions we stand for, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Jahan Farimpanayagam, plenary speaker for today's symposium, Professor Lasit Gunawardana, Head, Department of Information Technology, Dr. Sashikala Subhashini, Chair, Business Information Systems, Student Symposium 2023, one lecturer representing heads of the departments, two senior lecturers representing Department of Information Technology, two distinguished guest individuals representing our esteemed panelists and evaluators, two members representing the research presenters, two committee members from the SAT-IT. May I kindly request everyone to please stand as we prepare to illuminate the oil lamp.
Lanka Pinbar Randirani Srinivasa Maha Aganagare Sri Jayavardhana Pura Sarasari Sri Namaya Randhavam Lomudune Hikka මඩුවේ සිරි සුමගුල් සමිඳුන්
වැලිවිතියේ සෝරත බඳු යටිලුන්
දිගි කළ විද්‍යෝදය විදු බිමදුන් එළියෙන් දිවි මග සරසව් ශ්‍රී ලංකා පින්බර රන්දෙරණි ශ්‍රීනිවාස වූ මහා අගනගරේ श्री जयवर्धनपुर सरसवी श्रीनामय रंगवा लो मुदुने अयुक्तियेदी विवादशीली
असत्ययेदी विचारशीली
वियत् सभागत समाजशीली वियतुन विदय भोगयौ श्री लंका पिंबर रंधिरणे श्रीनिवास वू महागनगरे श्री जयवर्धनपुर सरसवी श्रीनामय रंगवा लो मुदुने विद्या उत्पततं सिद्धा Patatan sekta Hijau patatan sekta
And gentlemen, please find your... As we warmly welcome Dr. Sashikala Subhashini, the esteemed Symposium Chair of 2023, to grace us with her welcome address.
Thank you, Kavindi. So, good afternoon to you all. We are honored to welcome you all to the BL Student Symposium 2023. So, allow me to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Jahan Tulpanayagan, CEO of Informatic Private Limited, Chairman of SNAFCOM, and a valued member of AZZA Member Network Panel in Sri Lanka. Our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Dakshita Ranga, Principal Business Intelligence Officer at the Department of Energy and Public Works, Queensland Government. Our Honorable Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, Dr. Dushan Jayavikrama, who is connected via Zoom today. And the head of the department, Professor Nasib Gunawardena, from the head of the Department of Information Technology, and all the professors, senior professors, head of the department, investor panel, academic members, and my dear students. So this event is a remarkable event for our department. It represents the 4 business students symposium to our department. So the Department of Information Technology is a distinct in its values. So we are offering a business information system degree, which bridges the gap between the business and the information technology. Therefore, in our curriculum, we have 2 full courses to offer the students the research and also information system development projects. So this important we have organized to represent the 2 distinct tracks for research and information system development projects. I hope this event is a remarkable journey for us since we are catering the business problems in the industry via information systems. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to warmly welcome you all to the students and also to the presenters. Your hard work and the commitment we deeply appreciate it. So once again, I would like to warmly welcome you all and let this symposium begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for that warm welcome. Now, I would like to invite Head, Department of Information Technology, Professor Lasit Gunawardena, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our chief guest, Mr. Jahan Tolibaragan, uh, senior professors, and colleagues from our faculty, our reviewers and experts who will be involved in the review of the projects and research today, and our presenters, as well as everyone from the BIS student group who is here today. In terms of our objective as a department, producing employable graduates who are relevant and needed by the industry has been from the forefront in the Department of Information Technology since the time we formed this degree program, this program of offering a information systems degree in a management faculty for the first time 22 years ago. Since then, our program, which as all of you will ever uses the synonym, rather the branding of BIS, has been growing in stature. So much so, as most of you are aware, in the for the A-level commerce stream, if you look at the Z scores required to enter, if you take the last A-level results and Z scores that are published, in most of the districts, including Colombo, it's the top desired program from a commerce stream. So, in terms of our faculty, not just at our department, but at the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, the strength that this great faculty has given us through all of our staff members have contributed in no mean way for the success of the students of the program. So, as all of you are our current and almost soon to graduate batches, I think you are aware that the alumni of this program span across the globe from Fortune 500 companies to entrepreneurs who run businesses across countries, as well as academics and different professions. They all carry the branding of BIS and a blend of management and IT together with them. We are, as a department, we are not just producing graduates, we also strive to produce winners. So, as you have been, most of you experienced in the past few months, personally, I have been sending emails across maybe on a weekly basis about competitions out there. Encourage you to connect with the industry. We've had enough successes in the past, but we don't sit on those laurels. As some of you may be aware, we had students passing out who run through the program, winning at competitions such as the SLASCON Engineering Awards, Inventors Commission, doing the best gold for ICT products, Commonwealth International Digital Health Awards internationally, innovation commissions in Taiwan and in Sri Lanka. So we've had winners in that aspect. And we also have winners who have had winnings in startup entrepreneurship competitions. The recent being Spark Entrepreneur one with the assistance of the US Department of Trade and the Colombo Chamber of Commerce. So we want to make all of you graduates who are employable and who are having a winning spirit in them. Being graduates who are employable, what you do in your program has to link with the industry and to link with common practical problems in such that we use IT and the knowledge for that to resolve problems in the community around us. So the symposium initiated and being held for the fourth time is a continuation of this spirit. And in our, as the department, it is our obligation, it's one of our obligations to share this knowledge, not only with the community of students. So in this case, our soon to graduate batch of students are the presenters, but everyone present here as students can be motivated that when they get the opportunity in 1 or 2 years' time, their projects and research will be more relevant for society. So in this journey, the industry led by industry organizations such as SLASCON play a key role. As a partner in this journey, we appreciate the assistance provided extended to us by the industry in order to support our students' journey. So we as a department have always collaborated with the industry, engaged in field visits and other programs offered from the industry to grow our graduates and partner with organizations such as growth in modules, the recent being with Virtusa. So as a department, I am proud of all of you who are here, who are presenting today. While we hope that everyone else will also be in that journey, aligning your degree program studies, enriching it with programs such as this. The symposium that you see here today is actually a realization of hard work done by the organizing committee led by Dr. Subhashini over a period of time. And they have sort of the effort involved in this, I know, is tremendous. And my appreciation to everyone in the organizing committee for the support extended in this, as well as everyone in the department. So we hope that with today's program, you will carry not only memories of and knowledge and experiences, you will be able to motivate yourself to do further in the years to come. Finally, a word of thought for our appreciation for our reading panel. Some of whom are not here right now, but will be joining us soon. In that industry reviews from the industry and academia of what we do independently is very valuable to ensure that what we get direction in what we do. So my appreciation to all of the members who independently reviewed the projects and research, and everyone present here. I hope we will have an enjoyable as well as educational journey throughout the next few hours. I hope you will be able to learn from this and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Next, joining us through Zoom, let's welcome Dr. Dushan Javikrama, Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, to deliver his speech.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Keynote speaker this afternoon, chief guest, the head of the Department of IT, Professor Lasit Gunawardena, the conference chair, Dr. Subhashini Sashikala, organizing team, industry partners who have joined us this afternoon, presenters, academic staff members of the department, heads of other department, and academic staff members of the faculty who are joining the session physically. Let me first apologize for not being able to attend the session physically and witness the performance of our students. They are in the boardroom. Due to an official commitment, which I have made a long time ago, I had to come to the Southeastern University this morning. While I'm in the training program here, I still thought it is my responsibility to come and extend my warm wishes to all our student presenters this afternoon and to pay our gratitude to the industry partners who are extending their help to make this conference a greater success. The Department of Information Technology of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce is a flagship degree program, not only because of its up-to-date curricula and the quality of graduates we produce, but also because of the strength it provides to the all management related degree programs we offer at the faculty. To make our degree programs up to date and employable graduates, the department provides the proper and appropriate IT blends to all other 11 degree programs Jayawardhanapura Management Faculty offers to the industry. It is with that pride I, as the Dean, address this momentous occasion of the department. First, let me extend my thank to the conference chair for organizing this event as one of the annual events of the department and trying to bring student researchers who would make a significant impact in making the research culture of the faculty. Professor Lasit Gunawardena, with his visionary leadership provided to the faculty and the department, I'm sure has made his contribution, even making this conference an unparalleled one to the other conferences we have had in the faculty. Bringing student conference to the research culture of the faculty was something that was added to the faculty activity agenda in the recent past. It not only provides an opportunity for our students to present their findings of their projects or reports, but also shows their capability to the external world, how competent they are, not only in conducting an intellectually stimulating journey, but also being project managers in their own research project they have undertaken. Becoming an independent person, engaging in an intellectual dialogue, dealing with a person who is intellectually smart, as they say, than them as their supervisor, going through an academic inquiry with an inquisitive mind, developing an argument, presenting their argument in an acceptable manner, and now providing and producing the findings of their research or project to an industry expert in their language. These are qualities that we expect our students to develop by undertaking the research project in their final year, second semester. So with that, I think with the capable academic staff we have in the faculty and the department, these students have been able to be selected to be the presenters this afternoon. That is why you deserve a big appreciation from me as the Dean. And today you're presenting your findings to a panel of industry experts so that they will validate your work with some constructive feedback, I'm sure. Your supervisors have been behind you right throughout the research project. Now that you are with confidence presenting your work to industry partners who are gathered here, so they will provide you some feedback, take the feedback positively and try to improve your professional work, career, as a result of attending and getting the feedback from this conference. And also as the Dean of the faculty, I must extend my sincere gratitude to the keynote speaker who is joining the conference with their busy schedule and enlightening our students as to what the industry expects as to how important the research and projects in the field of business information systems, and also the chief guest for their claimed benefit, irrespective of your busy schedules, for taking time to be with our undergraduate students this afternoon, being role models for them. We strongly believe, we as a faculty strongly believe that the degree programs of this nature would have the right blend of the industry and academia combination. I'm very sure and I'm very, very happy how Professor Lasit Gunawardena having understood this timely need of having the proper blend of industry academia interaction, taking a lot of initiatives at the department with the blessings of the former head and also the senior and junior academics of the department, and with the active participation of the students. I'm very, very hopeful that the BSc degree in Business Information Systems will take a long journey in the near future. So I would like to conclude my thoughts by thanking everyone who contributed to make this beautiful event of our undergraduates a great success. Thank you, and I wish everyone an academically rewarding, intellectually stimulating time in this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor, for enlightening words and for gracing us with your presence today despite your busy schedule. Next, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce the plenary speaker for the day, Mr. Jahan Parampanayagam, a distinguished figure in the Sri Lankan business landscape. As the CEO Infonet, Chairman of SLASCOM, Chairman of the ACCA Member Network Panel for ACCA Sri Lanka, he brings over 26 years of invaluable experience in the IT industry. His visionary leadership has led to numerous industry firsts, including the establishment of the first shared services in Sri Lanka. Under his guidance, Infonet Private Limited has achieved remarkable success, cementing its position as a key player in the market. Mr. Jahan's contribution extends beyond business, with notable recognitions such as the Chairman's Award for CSR from John Keels and the CMA National Business Excellence Award. I invite Mr. Jahan Parampanayagam to grace us with your words of wisdom.
Dr. Javik Dean, Professor Lasit, respected professors, members of academia, and students. I'm really privileged to speak to you because I think on your shoulders rests the future of this country. You are some of the most talented, some of the most intellectually gifted young people. And I think, as Lord Nelson said, England expects, I think we can say Sri Lanka expects that you will stand up and you'll be the future leaders of this country. So the IT BPM industry of Sri Lanka has been highly rated. We have not done a very good enough job in telling this story, but we see A.T. Kearney saying Sri Lanka is in many ways a hidden gem for outsourcing, uniquely positioned, able to offer highly skilled talent at competitive costs. You see the Australian and the New York Times talking about the number of accountants that we have. And we have got this brand called Island of Ingenuity, IOI. I would love if you could take this back with you, because that's a brand that we would like Ceylon Tea, to be known world over. Currently, the industry consists of 600 plus companies, $1.7 billion in export revenue earnings, and about 140,000 professionals in IT and BPM. And we have been able to consistently attract some of the biggest brand names in the world. So these are potentially some of the employers who would benefit from your knowledge. HSBC, IFS. Now the IFS entire main board, which is UK based, was here in Sri Lanka a few weeks ago. And not only have they recommitted to Sri Lanka, they have committed to expanding their center here in Sri Lanka. You have London Stock Exchange, the technology that powers some of the world's biggest stock exchanges is built right here in Sri Lanka. You have Cisco Labs, Virtusa, great story, great Sri Lankan story, started with maybe 15, 20 people. Today, 32,000 people world over. HCL Technologies, which has come and scaled up to 1,000 plus people in about 2 to 3 years, and several others, WNS. And you'll see some very big companies like Apple, Google actually have a lot of work being done out of Sri Lanka. And Slascom, and Professor Lassi, thank you for the support for the industry and for your kind words. We too look forward to working with the university. When we have member connects with our Slascom members, sometimes we'll be talking to them and someone will casually say, we do this for Google or we do this for Apple, and we are shocked. Right? So there is such great work being done in Sri Lanka. It really is a hidden gem. And these are some of the comments that have come. When LSE went live, London Stock Exchange went live, we were one of the fastest trading systems on the planet. It's a tribute to the talent in Sri Lanka. So this is what the CIO of London Stock Exchange is saying about Sri Lanka. HSBC, one of the sites where I see the most innovation and one of the most proactive. Working with the Sri Lankan team, they are one of the most receptive teams anywhere in the world. High praise. Now, my company, Informatory, work with one of Australia's oldest companies. They own about 1% of the landmass of Australia. And we do accounting and other back office services for them. And they said, we have made gains across the board in the finance function, including productivity, accuracy, processing times. They are not a basic outsourcing provider. They're constantly looking for value add and new ways they can help uplift our finance to world's best practice. So you can see that clients around the world have a deep appreciation of the Sri Lankan talent and capability. And today the IT BPM sector contributes 8% of the total export revenue earnings. And we were the third largest export as per EDB in March 2023. And we have been recognized by several leading research agencies, including GSA. They ranked Sri Lanka Destination of the Year, Outsourcing Destination of the Year 3 times. AT Kearney ranked Sri Lanka first in terms of financial attractiveness in 2019, and several others. So we have unique value proposition. If you look at the BPO space where I come from, you have highly skilled talent. Attrition rates are low. And I was talking to someone who operates out of about 5 or 6 different countries, and they say, we still love Sri Lanka. Because they were talking about a neighboring country, and if they hire 10 people, on the first day, 3 people don't turn up. In 2 weeks, another 2 drop out. In 3 months' time of the original 10, only 3 are left. The attrition rates are so high. Whereas in Sri Lanka, I think the sense of loyalty, the sense of stability is much greater. So our attrition rates are still lower. Ideally suited as a niche destination, rated as a center of excellence for accounting. And there is also focus on value additions. And that's why I think this research project is a very interesting one. Because clients around the world, they are looking for innovation. They are looking for ideas. One of the clients I met in Australia, he had a center in Eastern Asia. And he said, I've just come back from closing it down. So I asked, why did you close it down? So he said, because they just stick to what we tell them. If you tell them do ABC, that's all they will do, like machines. But I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking for value adds, for process improvements. And Sri Lanka, that is something that we are very good at. So projects like this help to bring out innovation, help to bring out new ideas, new thinking. And we have had a good track record in things like natural disasters. We have had, in fact, 0 downtime. If you look at Philippines and several other countries, they've been badly and very sadly impacted by natural disasters. So there are still a lot of positive things that we have in Sri Lanka. And if there's one thing I would like you to take back, it is a message of hope. And we have hope in Sri Lanka. We have, as the industry, we believe in the future of Sri Lanka. Our accent is easily understandable and very pleasant to listen to. So if you look at a lot of the on the BPO side, you'll see Ernst & Young, coming and relocating their GDS center, HSBC having 3,000 people here, Accenture has a center here. And we have proved to be a very resilient industry. Right? Despite all of what happened, COVID, economic crisis, we did not drop on our SLAs, on our service levels. We continue to service our clients, and a lot of our customers said they did not see any difference. So the IT BPO industry has continued to grow. A lot of industries have shrunk, not our industry. It has continued to grow. So you can see the export revenue earnings reaching $1.7 billion. You can see the ICT sector inflows continuing to increase year on year. The workforce has increased from 125,000 a few years ago to 144,000. We are well on our way to reaching 200,000 workforce. We also have a goal of setting up 1,000 startups, and today we have 566 registered as at 2022. Right, so this industry has continued to grow. And we have strong connectivity across the island. Today, if you look at Dialog, with the fuel crisis, what they did is they converted 2/3 of the base station power requirements to renewable energy. Right, so their dependency on fuel is much less. And if you look at our cost structures, still are very attractive against regional competition of India, Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore, and several others in terms of telecommunication costs, in terms of rental costs. And despite all of that has happened, right, just in the last 12 to 15 months, you had investors coming into Sri Lanka and investing in the IT BPM sector. Like 99X, there's a lot of Norwegian investment that came into 99X. I met several of the investors about 10 days ago, and they absolutely love Sri Lanka. You had Stax, WSO2, all of these attracting investors. You had several of our member companies, including HCL, Zenid, Root Code, all of them growing, including my own. We had almost 50% growth despite all of what was happening. And you had new companies, BCS from Australia. Now they operate in about 6 different parts of the world, Philippines, in Jamaica, and India. They came to Sri Lanka because they saw opportunities. Ernst & Young Global Delivery Center came and set up in Sri Lanka. And they came and met with us. They wanted to understand about the talent. They wanted to understand about the quality. They spoke to, I'm sure, several of the university professors. And they were convinced to come and set up here. Right? Because they have seen so many other countries. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have. They see beyond the short term, and they saw a long-term benefit in Sri Lanka. And that's why they have come and invested here. I was speaking to an American gentleman. He lives here. He operates his company from here. And he asked me this question: why are you guys so negative? My country has the same problems. Every country, yes, you guys are having problems, but it's no different from anywhere else. Right? So they believe in Sri Lanka. Mo Goddard, the CBO of Google, was here a few weeks ago, and he says, I like Sri Lanka more than sometimes, and I appreciate Sri Lanka sometimes more than the people who are living here. Right? Because they've been some of the best technology centers in the world, and they see the talent and the potential that lies here. Right? So in spite of all that has happened, there was growth. The reason that fuels this industry is our talent. So, and I think we have still a strong pool of talent. 270,000 people qualify to sit for advanced levels. 43,000 people who enroll for undergraduate programs. If you look at the accounting, we have 16,000 plus people who are fully qualified members and growing. These are 2019 statistics. And as an industry, we want to build a future-ready workforce. We are on our way, currently 144,000. We want to achieve our 200,000 target. And we believe that if the talent is there, the work will come. I was speaking to Srimati from HCL and she said, work comes where the talent is. She said, you go ahead, develop 5,000 cloud engineers. Amazon will come, AWS will come. So what we want to do as an industry is we want to quickly upskill new people. In the short term, we have lost some talent. We have had migration. Right? So the industry has developed a range of programs. For instance, for kids, we have code clubs. We have this Tech Kids program that was developed with Norwegian assistance, Royal Norwegian Embassy. And today there are 12,100 kids who have been trained. You have Future Careers Bridge. I strongly recommend that all of you go into Future Careers Bridge, look at some of the challenges there, because that was developed with industry input to make people industry ready. Now we have added on to that IBM Skills Build and another world-class soft skills program that will help you further enhance soft skills and job readiness. So there is excellent content available completely free of charge. Future Careers Bridge, I strongly recommend. There are now 33,000 students already registered. Probably some of you are already registered, and companies are looking into that. We are encouraging them to hire from the top performers in Future Careers Bridge. You have boot camp for the best performers. We have another further boot camp to make people job ready. Then we have the university engagement program. We have a program called G2C, Graduate to Career. And then we have programs with VTA. So there's a range of curriculum and working very closely with academia to make sure that we have a future ready workforce. I must tell you, I had a very inspiring meeting with the chairman of DP Education, Mr. Dhammika Perera, and he has also developed some great content on technology in DP Education. And he had a very inspiring goal of having 1 million IT technicians ready in Sri Lanka, ready to serve the world. And he has got some world-class content from US, some top universities. He has got robot farms. He has got some cutting-edge technology on machine learning training, again made available free of charge. So when that was presented to us, we were quite impressed. We have some great technology parks. We bring clients today from Sweden and UK, and they say sometimes these officers are better than what we have back in Europe. Trace City, and now we will also have Port City. I did a tour, and the building should be up by another 3 to 4 years. We were very, very impressed. You have Cinnamon Life. Next year, there will be a global promotion of Cinnamon Life on a scale that we have not seen before. They are aiming to make this like Marina Bay Sands. So there will be a massive international promotion that will really shine a spotlight on Sri Lanka. If you look at our residential tower, already 50% apartments are sold out. With the office tower, HCL has taken 80%. So world-class spaces. So hopefully some of you might be working in coming months and years in some of these premises. Port City, I think, is going to be a game changer. And the brand ambassador right now in UAE and Middle East is none other than David Cameron, former Prime Minister of the UK. And we want to be an inclusive growth, not just Western Province. We want to see our centers, our people working in all provinces of Sri Lanka across the island. So currently, some of our companies have centers in Kurunegala, in Jaffna, in Kandy, in Galle. I know Oral IT has several thousand in Kurunegala. And we are encouraging our membership to set up delivery centers all across the island. Already, more than 50% of our workforce is from different parts of the island. And we think, like the Sri Lankan cricket team, they became world champions 96 once they started getting talent across the country. And our member companies have consistently been ranked as great places to work. If you look at the best workplaces in 2022, 9 of them were from the IT BPM industry. Those included Accentric, Calci, 99X. If you look at best place to work for millennials, you had 7 of our member companies. being listed. And if you look at the best places for women to work, again, you find several of the Slush.com member companies being listed. One thing that I'm very proud to tell you is that 35% of our workforce are women. If you look at the BPM industry, nearly 50%, including at leadership levels, are women. So this is an inclusive, equal opportunity employer. So our goals by 2030 are a $5 billion industry. And we think it's easily achievable. If you look at India, there are 194 billion. If you look at Philippines, it's nearly 30 billion. And so we think that 5 billion is very achievable, and to have a workforce of 200,000 and to have 1,000 startups. Again, coming back to the goal today of the research, right? Who knows, some of you might come up with $1 billion idea. Right? Back yourself, have faith in yourself. Who knows? Right? Facebook and all of some of those big innovations came in settings just like this, right? In universities. And we also want to be a green IT BPM destination. We want to be the world's first green IT BPM destination. The president of the country was in the UN talking about the sustainable development goals. As young people, you must know that it is your future, your planet, and we must preserve it. So we want to be the first green IT BPM destination. We have a lot of focus. We had a session recently on how to be zero plastic, how to incorporate renewable energy, how to, in terms of sustainability, bring in some of the best practices, start measuring our carbon footprint. Then when it comes to health and well-being of our workforce, mental health, physical health, diversity and inclusion, and social projects. Right now, my company is Informate, which is a part of the John Keel's group. 50% of our accounting work, right, that is Cinnamon Grand, Keel Super, happens in 3 villages of Sri Lanka. Right? In Sinigama down south, Mahavilachya, North Central Province, and Jaffna. 90% of those who are working from these rural centers are women. So that is an example of how technology can create a positive social impact. We have a program called the Returnship Program to encourage women who had given up work because of having kids and other challenges to get back into the workforce. We employ different people with disabilities. So we want to be a socially responsible industry. And in this area, one of the areas that I want to champion during my chairmanship is this whole area of tech for good. Tech for good. So when you are doing your research projects, your innovations, look at this area of how technology could be used as a force for good. For instance, precision agriculture. Now, Dialogue had a great innovation that they made available. I think it's called Govi Mitrun, which is made available to farmers at ₹1 a day, where they get online, on-time information on how much of water to use, how much of fertilizer to use. And there's a huge difference in the yield where they use this technical advice. Then there is, through technology, they have made available legal advice for people who are going through challenges in marriages, who are going through other challenges where they can't afford a lawyer. They can consult a lawyer through this technology that Dialogue has made available, right, free of charge. People who are facing mental health battles or suicidal, there is again someone to talk through, which has been made available through this technology. So tech for good, that's an area that we really encourage innovation. And the CEO of BlackRock said, and listen to this, right? The next $1 billion unicorns will be in the area of green technology. Right? Who knows? It could be one of you who pioneer that idea. So the global demand these days, Facebook, Google, Amazon, a lot of them have there is a slowdown. Some of them have let go of staff. And also Sri Lanka's country perception these days has not been great. So there is a little bit of concern that the demand has started to drop these last few months. However, at Slashcom, we are not concerned because we think there these trends, cycles will change and there will be overall upward. If you look at the overall curves, there's only one way, it is upward. So we don't think that global demand will slow down in the medium term. And on country branding, which is a concern, still you find people overseas thinking, is it safe? Is there fuel? Is there food? So we want to change that perception to the extent that we can through our inward delegations, outward delegations, through social media, telling the story. And I think all of us have a role here as brand ambassadors of Sri Lanka. One of the things at Sri Lanka, we have a bit of a sense of humor, right? So when our cricket team plays, there are lots of jokes that we post on WhatsApp and on social media about our politicians and all of that, right? And that's great. But remember, we must also share positive news because there are a lot of positive news also. For instance, the UK was asking, the politicians were asking, why can't the UK's economy bounce back like Sri Lanka? Right? If you look at a lot of indicators, we are doing quite well. We have world beaters in so many different spheres, in science, in sports, in so many different areas. Those stories also we need to tell. Right? So on my social media, LinkedIn, wherever there's a positive story on Sri Lanka, I try to get it out, right? Because there is good news as well. So these days, the industry, we are a bit worried about this brain drain, right? And I hope all of you would reconsider because there are challenges wherever you go. And we are seeing these days, people are coming back from overseas also because they are finding it's not all roses. So these days we have lost a lot of talent, but that means there's an opportunity for all of you because the companies need good people. They are hiring good people with the right set of skills. So our companies really look after employees. That I can tell you, you'll find world-class spaces, world-class HR practices, good pay, fair pay. So the talent challenges that we have at this moment, what the industry is asking for, there is a little bit of a gap in terms of some of the technical skills, some of the soft skills. I would really recommend looking at Future Career Bridge because there are some very good programs on soft skills. I would highly recommend if you have a Toastmasters program, and this is something that has really helped me personally, join that. Because some of the people who work in India, Philippines, and Sri Lanka, they say Sri Lanka, great talent, but these guys don't talk. So as a result, you find people from India and from Philippines, they will jump up, give ideas, suggestions. So sometimes we get missed, we get passed over. So I would really recommend that we work on this area of soft skills. It's not difficult to develop. I strongly recommend Toastmasters. It will change your life. And often in companies, if I can tell you, it's not necessarily the person who is best in the work who gets promoted. It is the person who is visible. Right? I've shared this and sometimes it looks unfair. Right? I did a much better job. My qualifications are much better. Some guy who just talks a lot gets promoted. Right? And this happened to me also. Right? But that's no point complaining. This is how the world works. So I was talking to a person from the National University of Singapore, and he showed a grid, right? 4x4 grid. On the x-axis, you have credibility, low and high. Y-axis, you have visibility, low and high. Right? So 4 quadrants. So someone who is low and low is called a turtle. We don't want to be there. Then you have another category, highly credible, but low in visibility. Those people are called saints. What happens? Someone else takes credit for your work, they get promoted. Then you have another category, high in visibility, low in credibility. They are called jokers. And then you have high and high. So you need to be both. You need to be good in your work. Right? In terms of credibility, you also need to be visible. Right? So that's some advice that I can share with my 26 years experience. You need to be seen. Your work needs to be showcased. And as Sri Lanka, sometimes we feel a little shy. We think it's boasting, blowing. It's not. Right? If you have done something good, nothing wrong with showcasing it. So career mindset of young professionals these days, I can tell you there's a little bit of frustration from the companies that the young people come, tomorrow they are gone, right? It's much better than some of the other countries. However, we don't want to get there, right? So very important to have a career mindset. When you join a place, at least for 2 years, you must commit to that because that's how you learn, right? How you build a long-term thing. If you just go for 3 months, you get something a little more, you move to another place. That's going to catch up with you at some time. That's short-term mindset, right? So look at you don't need to be like me being in 26 years in one place, but you must at least do 2 years. So these days, there is a concern about the industry that everyone is not willing to commit. Skills in demand, I asked my colleagues who are from the IT side. So cloud, huge need. Java, Hibernate, microservices, QA automation, Selenium, Python, machine learning, data science, good project managers, DevOps, prompt engineering for large language models, ChatGPT, Bard, and Linux, Hadoop, Spark. So these are some of the in-demand technologies. We are doing a skills survey, which will be released by the end of the year, which we will share with you, which will share more statistics and more details of what the industry is demanding in terms of the skills. We are also advocating with the government for stable policy environment, keep to the reform agenda. We mustn't miss this window of opportunity that we have, do the re-engineering of the state-owned enterprises, fine-tuning of the tax policies. That's something that we are asking for with this next budget. Continue the digital economy. We are supporting this and encourage adoption of technology in education to build a future-ready workforce. So these are some of the policy asks that we have from SLASCOM. So I will just conclude with this and say once more how privileged I am to speak to all of you. You are the future talent. You are some of the best brains in the country and the people who will be the future leaders. And let me once again reiterate my message of hope. We believe that Sri Lanka has a future. We have the best gems, we have the best tea, some of the best beaches, some of the best seafood. We have lots of untapped resources that we are not properly utilizing. We have 360 days of sunlight. It could be a renewable energy hub. We have some of the most educated talent workforce. Has every reason to be optimistic. And let me thank you again, Professor Lasit, for your support and all of the members of academia who have rendered yeoman service to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that insightful speech. Mr. Jahan, may I kindly request our presence on stage once more to present the token of appreciation to Mr. Jahan Perimpanayagam. I would like to invite Professor Lasit Gunawardana. Thank you, sir. Now, with immense pleasure, let me introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for today's symposium, Dr. Dakshi Giganage, an eminent figure in the field of data science. Dr. Giganage holds a PhD in data science from the prestigious Queensland University of Technology in Australia, and a remarkable journey in the academia and research spans over 11 years, leaving an indelible mark in both Australia and Sri Lanka. She currently occupies the role of Principal Business Intelligence Officer at Insights and Digital, within the Department of Energy and Public Works at Queensland Government, where she leverages her proficiency in machine learning and text mining to optimize government operations. Dr. Giganike's research passion centers on machine learning, particularly in the realm of text mining and its applications in process science. Her groundbreaking work has graced the pages of esteemed D1 and Q1 research journals. Furthermore, she generously dedicated her expertise as a reviewer for the D1 and Q1 journals, actively contributing to the growth and refinement of research within her domain. Today, we are privileged to have Dr. Dakshi Giganage as our keynote speaker, and her insights and experience will inspire and enlighten us all. Without further ado, I invite Dr. Giganage to share her expertise and wisdom with us.
Greetings, everyone. Dear academics, students, and other distinguished guests. It's my privilege to address you all as the keynote speaker. Text data, often referred as the new God. Excuse me. Sorry. Text data, often referred to as the new God in the digital era, is a priceless resource that surrounds us daily. And text mining has become a hot topic in the era of generative AI, especially with the introduction of your new friend. Who is your new friend? Who is your go-to colleague for question? That's ChatGPT. Today, I stand before you to explore the fascinating world of text mining and take you to an exciting journey into practical applications of text mining in diverse industries. Do you know a massive volume of text content is generated in each single minute around us? These text contents play a major role in our daily lives. Many of us use at least one social media platform, be it Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or others. And these platforms are flooded with an enormous amount of text in the form of posts or comments. When we plan to buy a product or maybe a service, or before we visit a restaurant or a hotel, we definitely
We're facing through technical issues right now. Please remain with us until our keynote speaker joins with us again. Thank you.
Sorry about the technical issue. Yeah, sorry for the technical issue. So I will start from this slide. So do you know a massive volume of text contents is generated every single minute, each day, and it's all around us. These text contents play a major role in our daily lives. So many of us use at least one social media platform, be it Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other. And these platforms are flooded with an enormous amount of text data. When we plan to visit a hotel or if we need to buy a new product or service, definitely we will go through the customer reviews. As researchers, daily we go through a large volume of research articles and academic related materials in various digital libraries. In essence, text is the main element in all these settings. So reading, understanding, sharing, and searching text contents have become a habit in our lives. Then we'll see what are the diverse applications of text mining. Text analysis. Text analysis is the process of examining and extracting meaningful insights from unstructured text. It involves techniques like text mining, natural language processing, sentiment analysis to understand patterns, trends, and sentiments within text document. For example, in healthcare, text analysis can be used to extract patient information from medical records. This would be really helpful in diagnosis. Similarly, it is possible to extract insights, future trends by analyzing financial articles, etc. Information retrieval. So information retrieval focuses on finding and presenting relevant information from large collections of data, especially text data. It involves techniques like indexing, querying, ranking to retrieve documents or data from to match user queries. For instance, e-commerce search engines to retrieve relevant product listing based on user queries. Then text clustering and classification. Text clustering involves grouping similar documents or text data into clusters based on their content, while text classification assigns predefined categories or labels to documents. For example, in legal firms, text clustering can help categorizing legal documents, which makes their work easy to manage and search. Text classification used in various industries for tasks like spam email detection and customer ticket categorization, etc. Then this is also one of a popular used application, sentiment analysis. So we use sentiment analysis to determine the sentiment or emotional tone expressed in text data. It classifies text as basically positive, negative, or neutral to gauge the public opinion. For instance, business use sentiment analysis on social media data to understand customer feedback and sentiment towards their products and services. Named entity recognition, or we call NER, is a technique that identifies and extracts specific named entities such as names of people, organizations, locations, dates, or some important concepts from the text. Or in finance, NER or named entity recognition can be used to extract company names and financial figures from news articles for investment analysis. Text summarization. So it involves condensing longer text documents into shorter, more concise versions while retaining the key information. So for example, news agencies use text summarizations to provide readers with brief yet informative summaries of news articles. Then the next one is one of my favorite, topic generation. Identifies and generates topics or themes within the collection of text documents. In market research or in large collections of news, this technique helps to identify emerging trends and common themes. Text label or a text or label prediction. So basically, text or label prediction uses machine learning models to predict specific labels, categorize, or outcomes based on text data. Tech companies often use this to predict customer issues from initial inquiry, allowing for quicker issue resolution. Finally, support and recommendation. In the context of text mining, support and recommendation involve providing users and relevant information or content based on their preferences and interaction. For example, online streaming platforms use text mining to recommend movies or show to subscribers based on their viewing and history details. Similarly, there are numerous other applications, and these versatile techniques can be applied wherever text data is present. Although there are many applications that can be applied in diverse industries, there are identified challenges in deriving insights from text data. Massive volume of text data. It's available, text data is available, and it's an enormous amount of volume available. So we need to have efficient ways to process, store, or analyze such large data sets. Text data is unstructured. Unlike structured data found in databases, it lacks predefined categories or labels, making it more complex to extract meaning and patterns. Noise and irrelevance. So text data often contains noise, irrelevant information, or inconsistencies. Pre-processing is required to clean and standardize the data. Text data comes from a wide variety of sources, including emails, social media, documents, website, and more places. Each source may have own format, structure, and language, making it challenging to integrate and analyze. Natural language is inherently ambiguous, with words and phrases having multiple meanings. Contextual understanding is necessary to correctly interpret text. Semantic understanding, it's really important to capture the meanings, nuisance of language such as sarcasm, irony, or cultural references can be difficult for machines. There are many more challenges, but finally I chose continuous learning as language evolve over time. So text mining models need to adapt to changes in languages, language, and new terminology. In text mining, analyzing words alone is insufficient. We can uncover deeper insight and knowledge when we capture the meaning, context, and relationships within text. Here are several reasons why semantics are essential for text mining. Semantics are important to extract the meanings. Contextual understanding is important because semantics help text mining systems to understand the content in which word, phrase, or sentence are used. For example, if you have just heard the word apple, you may wonder which apple is this. But if you have some context about, let's say, Apple iPhone 15, or let's say if it's with orange or grape, you know the context and you can directly differentiate the apple company or fruit. This contextual understanding is vital for accurate analysis and interpretation of text data. Natural language is inherently ambiguous, I said earlier as well. So with often the words are having multiple meanings, semantics aid in disambiguating words based on the surrounding context, which ensure the correct meaning is inferred. Then the relationship extraction. In text mining, understanding the semantic relationship between words is essential to identify how entities are connected, how entities are expressing the important concepts to the other. Conceptual mappings is another important area because semantics are important to map text to underlying conceptual structures. Extracting semantics in text mining involves various methods and techniques that aim to capture the meaning, context, relationship within the textual data. Here are some common methods used for extracting semantics in text mining. Text embedding is one of the most popular techniques widely used alongside ChatGPT. It's a vector representation. I will give you more explanation about text embeddings in coming slides. There are many natural language processing techniques like named entity recognition, dependency parsing, part of speech tags, and for a resolution used to identify and classify named entities. For an example, person, organization, location, and the relationship among those entities and the words. Ontologies and taxonomies help to represent and capture semantic knowledge hierarchically and facilitating structured analysis for text data. Further, we can use machine learning models such as deep learning networks or graph-based methods for capturing semantics. Today, I'm talking a bit more about text embedding because I'm going to explain two of my research related to text mining, which I utilize text embedding. Text embeddings generate a high-dimensional vector representation which can capture semantics and contextual relationships in text data. So, capture the meaning and contextual information within the textual data is the most significant feature of text embeddings. There are three types of text embeddings. Word embeddings takes the context of the word appear as a vector like word to word. Glove are popular word embedding techniques. In the word embeddings, it represents the individual word. The second one is the contextual word embedding. So it takes the context of the word which appear into the consideration. So language models and generative pre-trained transformers capture words based on the contextual meaning. Then the third one is a phrase and sentence embeddings. So instead of representing individual words, sentence embeddings aim to capture longer text segments, send to web, infer sent, universal sentence encoders are examples. Overall, text embeddings play a crucial role in text mining by transforming raw text into meaningfully and semantically rich representations. Another hot topic is large language models. Language models are AI models that are specifically designed to understand and generate human language. They are trained on large amounts of text data to learn patterns, grammar, syntax, and semantic relationship present in language. These language models are mainly based on recurrent neural network and transformer-based models. There are popular large language models. I hope you have already already heard about these ones. Bird, Falcon, Llama is the Facebook language model, Alpacas, and GPT-4, that is the most recent GPT model. So then I would like to share two text mining projects which can be applicable across various domains. First one is exploiting unstructured text for event log enhancement. Actually, this research is a cross-disciplinary one which intersects text mining with process mining. With your information systems background, You may already be familiar with the concepts like business process management, process improvement, etc. Now let me share how text mining can be utilized to enhance the processes. Now, first I'd like to provide a bit of context about process mining and discuss why data quality is crucial for process improvement. So process mining is a data-driven approach to discovering, analyzing, and improving processes within organizations. So as process mining is a data-driven approach, data quality is absolutely crucial for process improvement, accurate process models, reliable insights, conformance checking, root cause analysis, and resource allocation. So process mining uses event logs as the starting point. The event log contains a set of events recorded in a process and consists of three main elements. So case ID. So to describe about each case, we do have a unique case ID, and then we do keep track of the activities in the event log in terms of activity labels. And the same time in process mining, we keep track of the timestamp. That means the occurred or happened date and time. So those are the main three components. And additionally, we do have event attributes like resources, staff, locations, which are related to each event. But missing, inaccurate, imprecise, and irrelevant record diminish the quality of event log. The quality of insights obtained is directly influenced by the quality of richness of the event log. So I will show you some examples for these data quality issues. Here you will see the timestamps are incomplete. We can't find the time, we can find only the date. So we call them imprecise records. Here, in between the 10th and 12th, we can't find any event recorded. So maybe missing, or maybe any event hasn't happened during that time period. So we call them missing records. And here, this is an example for an incorrect record because this patient admitted on 10th of January, but discharged on 9th of January, which can't be possible. So here, this is a sample event log extracted from the emergency department or from a hospital about how the patient transferred or how the things happen inside the hospital. So hence, we utilize the unstructured text to address these data quality issues in event log. So actually, not only in the healthcare context, so this can be applicable in any context where you have unstructured data related to the processes. This is a sample discharge summary, mostly an unstructured document. Yet, using text mining techniques, we can extract crucial insights from this document. So here we can find out the case-related details, case ID, and here we do have details about the admission, then what is the timestamp of that one, discharge. So all these are activities and timestamps. And further date of birth describes about this patient, so describes a case, so we call it as a case attribute. And then gender, it's another case attribute which describes about the patient. Not only that, from this unstructured content, we can find out the age of the patient, gender, and history, the symptoms he had, and all these things, as well as different test results. And then further, we can find out the different activities happen, transferred to MICU, what is the date, and some other activities happen inside the hospital. Not only then, further we can find out details about the drugs or the medicines, and finally the discharge diagnosis. So we can get, or we can extract so many important information from this unstructured text content. So based on that motivation, we introduced we introduced a solution to extract events and attributes from text description. So this is how it works. Actually, this is a two-phase approach. So phase one takes unstructured text as the primary input and extracts events and attributes. In phase one, we applied many important techniques like regular expression rules, natural language processing techniques such as dependency parsing, named entity recognition, and a for-a resolution. And further, we applied text embedding using large language models to extract the events and attributes. In addition to the unstructured text, an existing event log is used as the input because we are going to enrich the existing event log, and we generated lookup from existing activities. Then, based on all three techniques, natural language processing techniques, text embeddings, and lookup, phase one extracts events and attributes from the text. Then phase two involves verifying the extracted events and attributes, which is really important because this verification ensures that we avoid redundant records when the same event or attributes are already recorded in the event log. Additionally, in phase two, we check for incomplete and inaccurate records. So when we need to verify the extracted events and attributes with the existing events and attributes in the event log, we applied contextual information and we used a contextual mapping. So we used timestamps, data sources, and other related information as contextual information. And furthermore, we did a semantic verification using the semantic similarity mapping. So finally, missing events and attributes are added, and incomplete records are completed in the event log, while any consistencies are recorded. So then final outcome is the enriched event log. So here, this is a sample output after extracting the events and attributes. So here the timestamps are anonymized as I have used the Mimic3 dataset for the evaluation. So this is a healthcare case study, but this approach can be applied in any domain to enrich the data quality of event logs. Now, let me take you to another case study. So this is another important text mining project I'm involved in. This is beneficial for any sector to either public or private to classify the goods and services based on UNSPSC categorization. So first, what is UNSPSC? So UNSPSC stands for Global Classification System for Categorizing Products and Services. So UNSPSC is a hierarchical classification system, contains segments, family, class, commodity levels, which provides more detailed levels, which will be really helpful in the procurement process or when buying products and services. So these are the benefits. So the procurement process can be improved by consistently categorizing and classifying the products and services. Most importantly, UNSPSC allows us to analyze the procurement spending patterns in meaningful way. So having a standardized system will help when integrating with different platforms and systems. However, it is time-consuming and expensive to manually classify products and services according to UNSPSC classification. Therefore, we thought of introducing an UNSPSC prediction model. So this is the overview. I will briefly explain the process here. We used a label dataset which contains products, services, and supplier data as the input. The most important step is to pre-process the data and identify the most important features which lead to accurate predictions. So UNSPSC title is the target variable, and the most important other step we have considered is the feature engineering, because not all features are relevant and equally informative for classification tasks. So we applied feature engineering techniques such as feature selection, dimension reduction to select the most important features and to improve the performance. First, we assess the correlationship between the target column and the other features. Then feature selection applied to find the most relevant features. Then we combine certain columns such as product and service description, supply, industry, etc., and generated new columns which provide more insights when finding semantics. Then we generated embeddings using language models. So we used OpenAI and other language models in Hugging Face, such as bird, distill bird, falcon, etc. In our experiments, we generated embeddings from single language models, as well as we combine more than one language model. It's really interesting. And embeddings generated vector array, we use single classifier or multiple classifiers with ensemble approach, which is another interesting thing. And we train the classifiers to predict the UNSP code title based on the text data. So this is the overview of how we predict the UNSPSC titles based on the supply and product description. So then I will quickly explain the role of text embeddings and semantics in classification. So classification is a fundamental machine learning task which learns based on the labeled data and make predictions on new or unseen data. So text embeddings and semantic plays a vital role in text classification. So text embeddings provide a way to represent words, sentences, and document in continuous vector space, where similar semantics are reflected by the proximity. And text embeddings, especially contextualized word embeddings, capture the context of words, which is really important when you are classifying. Further, it facilitates generalization and transfer learning, improve the feature representation, and multilingual and cross-domain classification. During our model implementation, we made so many important decisions to enhance the performance, especially the accuracy of our prediction model. Data processing, pre-processing is the most important task where we need to clean and pre-process the data by removing irrelevant and noisy data for more accurate outcomes. Then, as I mentioned earlier, we applied various feature engineering techniques such as feature selection, feature extraction, and introduced new feature dimensional reduction for embeddings, especially when we wanted to optimize the computational resources. Then we experimented with different models to find the best models. Additionally, we attempted ensemble method, which is a promising technique by combining more than one language models and classifiers, which is really interesting. And we got highest accuracy, about 95% with the ensemble method. Finally, we are doing the hyperparameter tuning, which is also important to enhance the performance. So text mining is widely applied in numerous applications worldwide across various industries. Finally, I'd like to share some insights into current trends in text mining that you can apply in your research. Most people are now interested about developing deep learning models for text mining, including transformer-based architectures like BERT, GPT, and their applications in various domains. Another hot topic we are talking about is how do we fine-tune existing language models and how the expertise is distributed, etc. Then explainable AI. It's also a trending research topic nowadays, and about how to make text mining models more interpretable and explainable, especially in sensitive applications like healthcare or finance. This is also an interesting one, multimodal text analysis, how to combine textual data with other modalities such as images, audio, or video to extract richer insights and enable more comprehensive analysis. Again, this is also a really important one because not having a proper labeled data set is one of the main concerns for machine learning models. Lack of labeled data or biased data is a key problem. Hence, zero-shot, few-shot learning is a good solution. It examines how text mining models can be trained with minimal labeled data, allowing them to generalize to new tasks or domain. Then conversational AI, this is one of the popular topics on AI-based chatbots. Most of you already created a chatbot to answer based on PDF or CSV, but we need to think about how do we improve them, how to overcome the hallucinations. Then the multilingual models, which is another important thing, how we understand or generate text in multiple languages. There are indeed many more text mining trends to explore. These topics have provided a well-rounded overview of the latest developments in the field of text mining. I strongly encourage you to embark on your own text mining journey. Thank you for joining me today. There are so many research requirements in all these industries, and I look forward to seeing the remarkable contributions you all are making with text mining. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer now.
So if you have any questions, you can raise them to Dr. Dakshina. Yeah, you can switch on your microphones in front of you and raise the questions. Okay, it seems like that we don't have any questions. So we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Dakshi Giganage for sharing her invaluable insight and expertise with us here today. Thank you, Doctor. Now, before we break for tea and refreshments, we have an exciting and important event to mark. It's time to launch the Proceedings book of Business Information System Student Symposium 2023. Without further ado, I invite Mr. Jahan Parimpanayagam to officially launch the Proceeding book. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we present to you the Proceeding book of the Symposium. Before we dive into an exciting research presentations, I'd like to inform you that we have arranged a short break and refreshments will be available at the common room. So I would also like to make an announcement regarding the second session of our symposium. Information system related research presentations will take place here at the new faculty boardroom. Whereas, and if you wish to join with information systems development projects, please head towards the old faculty boardroom. We will reconvene for the second session at 3 p.m. and I'll show you it will be an informative and enlightening experience. Correction. So we'll reconvene for the second session at 3:15 and I assure you it will be a very informative experience. So please enjoy the refreshments and make your way to the appropriate venues for the next part of our symposium. Thank you and see you all at 3:15.